Sunday morning. I have about 2 hours before I have to start getting ready for church. We'll finish getting ready, put on clothes, fix my hair, and all that jazz. So I really want to get this kitchen decorated for Christmas. It's the only room in the house that hasn't, well, downstairs. I bought me a tree for upstairs, and I have this little tree up. It's just a little 3 foot because I've set it on top of our large dresser in front of the window. Not decorated it yet, but it's the only room downstairs that has not been decorated. And Wendy was talking about it the other day. She said, you know, like that side of the house is like decorated and festive, and then in here it's not. And I told her the reason for that though was I wanted all the counter space for Thanksgiving dinner, and I knew that my stuff takes up some space and whatnot, and so I didn't put it up. So I had a clean, clear countertop for Thanksgiving this year. Thanksgiving is over. I got my Little Debbie Christmas tree light here that I ordered off of the website. They had them for Black Friday, it's like special or whatnot. I went ahead and ordered mine because I figured I wouldn't get to town in time to purchase one. And we went to Walmart yesterday. I didn't even look for it though, but I didn't see it. But she's a beauty. You see her? Gorgeous. I went ahead and opened it last night before Violet left so that she could see it, and she really enjoyed it. We sat her up there beside it, and she was touching it saying, ooh, pretty. So that will probably be displayed in our kitchen. I thought about putting it up there in the loft window so you could see it from the road, but if I done that, it's mostly for the joy of people driving by. I don't get to enjoy it that way, or none of us. And so we're gonna leave it down here so me and Violet can enjoy it. I might set it over here by one of these windows. But I don't have a ton to do in here. Just I need to put some stuff on my countertop. I need to put our kitchen tablecloth on, Christmas tablecloth on. And I figured I can go ahead and get that knocked out before church. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. I do have the rest of the house done already, but it's not bad. Like I cleaned up last night before bed, because I always do, but I definitely do on the nights that Violet goes home. So she went home last night because we had a weird schedule this week because of Thanksgiving. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy getting to wake up and have a slow morning, but if she's supposed to be here, like it's Sunday, so she's supposed to be here, it just feels like a piece of me is missing when she's not here. We're gonna go ahead and get this done because I really want it done. It's not, like I said, it's not gonna be a ton, so we're gonna share that. I also need to wash these dishes in the sink that magically appear overnight and whatnot. So let's do that, and then we're gonna decorate. I decided to just go ahead and pull down all of my everyday decor over here and completely just fix this up with the Christmas stuff. We have a lot of mugs. I destashed a lot, but we still have quite a few. And we just didn't, the way that I redone the coffee bar into a full dresser for Violet because she had so many clothes for here. I didn't have a space to store all of my coffee mugs, and so I was like, I'm just going to put a few out, and then we'll just switch them around each year. But then I just thought that that would be too much because I don't have a ton, but you know, I've got quite a few, and I just felt like that was kind of useless and stuff would never get used that way or seen or whatnot. And so I went ahead and just decided to put them all on this lower shelf. That way they're kind of part of the decor. I've got some that I've bought for myself over the years, some that people have bought me as gifts over the years, and so I just decided to put them out on a shelf here. And you know, I can use these as I see fit or want to, but even if I don't end up using them this season, they're there and just cute. And I know it's not like the most fancy and aesthetically pleasing thing to a lot of people, but y'all know if you've been around here that I don't care about that. I'm just going for my own happiness, my family. We just want to be cozy, comfortable. This is a lived-in home, and so, you know, it's going to look like it, but it's not the most aesthetically pleasing, I guess, but I think it's cute, and it is usable and decorative. It's an all-in-one win for me, so, you know, it doesn't matter if it's not what other people would do for aesthetics because we live here. This is our home. So it's also useful, I guess, this way. I do end up changing it in a minute. I put that pink kitty cup in the cabinet because that is one that we use quite a bit, and then I thought the girls might even want to enjoy using that one, plus my big Santa cup. I don't end up drinking out of it usually because it's really heavy, and then the opening is kind of weird, and so it's one that, like, it'll dribble down you, or maybe I'm just like a toddler or something, I don't know. And so I don't really use it, but I really like the looks of him, so I'm just going to put him right in the middle. You'll see that either here or at the end because I'm going to go over all of it with you, but I really like how this came out. I'm hoping my gingerbread ornaments stay hanging around up there. I did end up kind of using a little bit of tape just to kind of, you know, hold them in place and whatnot onto that picture because they kept falling. Well, they didn't keep falling. When I would mess with it, they would fall. They're not falling if it's not being touched. So I'm hoping just that little bit of tape will help them stay in place. I didn't want to permanently do it because that's not how that is always going to be probably. But I did want to just do that this year. This is a new thing, and I just decided a new way of decorating. Nothing here is new, but I just wanted to see how that goes, and I really like how it looks. It's simple, but adds a little bit of festive to it, and that's what we're going for on the top of this shelf. This is mostly new stuff. Well, whatever that little thing is, like the cutting board with feet, a riser, is that what they are? The riser is new, and then the towel is new, but most of the stuff is already stuff that I had, and just, I love to reuse stuff, obviously. That's one thing that I wanted to do when I picked a theme, was I wanted something that I could just grow with and not have to, like, go with trendy things to where 3 years from now, nobody's going to like it. I'm not going to like it. I'm going to be tired of it. I went with Merry and Bright, but I have noticed that it's more leaning just traditional Christmas, like whites, reds, and greens, with just a little hint of color here and there, and I'm totally fine with that. I really enjoy it. There's nothing like a traditional Christmas anyway, so I'm completely fine with it. But I did want to kind of style the riser, but again, I still needed stuff to be usable because I need functionality and whatnot in this house. And I had been over this laundry sign for a while. It was really too dark in my opinion, and I mean, it was subtle, so that was good too, but I had been thinking that I was going to take it down, and then a few days ago I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it down, but I'm going to wait until Christmas because, well, when I decorate for Christmas in here, because I'm going to put up that little sign that I have that says Merry and Bright, because, you know, it's perfect. We was just talking about that's what my theme was, even though it's really just more traditional, but this is more traditional colors. It just says Merry and Bright. I thought I would take it down and put that up there, and then I will decorate around it. I didn't want to go too crazy. One, because I didn't want to have to buy new stuff, and two, I figured if it was down super low, Violet might try to mess with it too much. We do have the pole, like, going up the stairs wrapped, and she does okay with it. It has, like, light garland on it, and so she'll go over there and she will go over there and sit by it, and she'll say, ooh, pretty. But I have noticed that she did pull off a few of the little garland things, And the biggest issue with that is they go to her mouth. But she done that the first evening that she was here, and then I don't think she done it again after I told her, I told her not that we don't do that, but to not do that and whatnot. I think that she done really good with it, actually. Not gonna hold my breath or anything because she might come back and tear it up, but I'm pretty sure she only done that a couple of times the first night that she was here, and then she didn't touch it again. She just got used to it maybe. But just in case, I didn't want to put a whole bunch of effort into this spot or money. That was the main thing. I didn't want to buy nothing else, just for her to tear it up. Not tear it up, but tear it down. Well, maybe tear it up. So I just had like a smaller piece of the green garland because I didn't do the inner stair rail this year, so I still had some of that, and I used it a couple other places, but I had a piece that I figured would work for here, so that's what we're going to do. It'll be hanging down like halfway, but I like the way that this looks. I think it needs a couple lights. I've got a strand of battery powered ones that I might end up putting up here. Still haven't put them up, but I'm doing this voiceover the next day, so we'll see. I do think it would look nicer if it had the lights on it. The only thing I hate about battery powered lights is you have to buy the batteries, so it makes me not use them as often. Like I'll use them for like get together evenings, or if I'm going to be doing videos or whatnot, I will sometimes turn them on. But I'm not a fan of battery powered because battery powered means more money. That's the way my brain sees it. Alright friends, and here's the finished product. I'm 13 minutes behind, so I'm trying to hurry up. But I went ahead and set this up. I might put some battery powered lights around this, I probably will. And then I was gonna throw these away, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna set them up as like the original 6 kind of thing and use them every year still. So I went ahead and done that, just put them up there like that. First time doing that, usually run them up the banister, and I really like that. It's a little dark though, so I might run some lights around it. This will probably be here the whole Christmas season, so I went ahead and just decorated it, and then we'll get rid of it after the first of the year. And if he decides he wants to go ahead and move it up there, he has the room for it and whatnot. It's a whole process, but this is actually Nolan's. It's not that big of a deal to clean off that little bit on top, but since it's in here, I went ahead and sat it up. Just put my cute little bear festive cup there, and then my other festive cup. Those are the ones I use for stuff other than water, so I just like to keep them all in the kitchen. And then I just put some of our mugs here because we have a lot of Christmas mugs. I destashed a lot, but we still have quite a few. So this is some of them. The rest of them are just in the cabinet. You know, people can still use these. It's a picture I painted a couple of years ago just for funsies to match when I was done like super bright. But I think I've tended to go to like the traditional colors with just a pop of, you know, cuteness. but I just put that up there. And then big gingerbread was from my 12-foot tree that we had. And then this I've still got to hang. I'm going to hang it right here, but I don't have time for that right now, so I got that. And then just set this little corner up. We got our thing back there ready for all of our baked goods that are surely coming very soon. And then another one of our big ornaments that just matches the gingerbread theme. Cookie jar from last year. And this little dude I thrifted, but I really enjoy it. I think it is so cute and fun. And so I put this over here. And then just our little spoon holder here. Little gingerbread tinsel guy that my best friend brought me a couple years ago, or last year I think maybe. But I thought he was cute there with our little sourdough starter and our butter. And then nothing huge because I use the countertop, so I need a lot of space. But bought this little bear thing a couple weeks ago. As well as this cute little bear candle that smells good. And I bought some bear kitchen towels too that came with this one. And I've already been using them and they're already faded. But we're going to continue using them for the season. But could it be better? Yes, but I'm not mad about it. It's good enough. I might run some lights up through there too. Probably not, but it's possible. But it's festive and it's ready for me to bake some delicious goodies with you all. And it's not overbearing because I need all the counter space and whatnot. But I'm officially 15 minutes behind, so I have to get up here and get ready for church. But we're going to go ahead and call that good for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, cooking, cleaning, all the things, especially cooking, just real life content, we're sharing it all through, well, always, but we're definitely sharing it all through December for Vlogmas. We'd love to have you, and we will see you all next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.